Hello everyone and welcome to Quality Old Games. Today we are having part 9 of the Scipii Total War campaign in Rome Total War. And that basically means we are at war with anyone we will encounter. So, let's continue the campaign and at the same time let's continue waging the war. Perhaps we could bring this fleet to be refitted, at least at some point. And at least next turn we are able to take the fight to the Julii there. And here we most definitely need to retrain as many of the units as possible. And so we should be able to retrain at least the Velites and Hastati here, but we should be able to capture some cities in order to get some money to actually retrain those troops. So Nepte should fall to us, and I think we will keep up the pace. Okay, Carthago Nova has been captured by the Spain. I think we are able to assault it next turn. And can we bring... okay, we can bring these. So that ship should sail to Palma next turn. And is there still something we could do? Some repairs perhaps. But then again, I think we have some better ways to spend the money as well. And let's bring these troops next to Thessalonica. And let's bring some reinforcements as well. And this army will push towards Apollonia. And let's bring some reinforcements. So it's almost full now. And let's try to reinforce that army as well. Perhaps we could bring some veterans from Byzantium here as well. And of course, they can be used to push northwards when we have dealt with the enemies there. And okay, so this army should head to Thapsus to be retrained, and I think in Carthage, if we had the money, we should make some extra troops. But capturing Croton should bring us quite decent amount of money, and likely next turn. And this time I think... oh, we have 4 family members here. So that's going to be quite important for the war in the future. So if we can break this army here, I think we should be in rather good position to assault Tarentum after taking Croton. So the Brutii heartland should fall to us in a couple of turns. And I don't think their holdings in other side of the, is it Aegean Sea, will last much longer without the help of the mainland. They may have some troop training facilities there, but I think eventually the tide is turning into our favor if we manage to beat this army here. And at least I have every reason to believe that we will actually beat the Brutii here. We have 4 bodyguards, heavy cavalry against their light cavalry, and additionally their troops will be, I think, winded when they get to the city center, and of course our troops cannot break while they are backs against the wall. And it seems the enemy is friendly enough to go into the range of the towers to be shot at. Unfortunately, it was only town watches. But actually, town watches being here is... I guess there is some kind of bug there. But nonetheless, town watches being here is good news because their morale is rather weak. And if they break, they will lower the morale of other enemy units as well. And there is another bug, since this tower shouldn't be shooting to this direction, but who am I to complain when the bugs are working to my benefit? And actually, this tower here is shooting here as well. I guess it has something to do with the city size, perhaps, because usually this size of a city should have stone walls. The issue with this bug is that the general is not coming in, but perhaps he will come soon. And now the question here is, should we rush in with heavy cavalry? Not perhaps right away. And let's draw them a bit further here, so it's easier to catch them. And I want actually those hastati to break. So And I think it's time to head back here. Okay, I guess we just lost one family member. And interestingly, it was the one that still has more bodyguards.
The enemy general is running away. This is no way for a leader to behave, but in battle, it's beyond belief.
And let's try to catch him. Okay, excellent.
And now his men fear us. It is time to press the attack.
So what are those guys?
The enemy show their true virtue. They are not
Okay, some mercenaries.
frightened rabbits running from our men. This is a heroic.
Nice. I think the whole army was wiped out. Oh, it's mostly of town watch. So, even though our army is rather weak, the enemy's poor morale might be the factor that could decide the battle for us. And if that's the case, we can retrain these Hastatis. I think at least some of them should survive. They have some ladders, a siege tower, so basically it means that our defenses will be here. So, I guess this is the formation and troops we are having. So, let's hope our towers do their thing. And of course, if they manage to break the gates, that would be quite nice, because it would mean that they are not getting too many towers from us.
The enemy towers have reached the walls. Pray to the gods that Roman courage will win the day. The walls are no longer ours. The enemy have taken them.
So I think at least this tower and this tower should get some shots off. And the enemy general is Equites instead of real general's bodyguards, so we have some things going for us. And let's hope these guys will come this way instead of that way. And every D2 the enemy takes is beneficial for us, because their units become more tired and our towers have more chances to inflict casualties on them. And it seems at least one enemy is trying to sneak in from behind, and cavalry unit at that. So these guys are already shaken. I think they will break rather easily. They shouldn't be a match to the Hastati in close combat. And they should take some more casualties while they are fleeing. And it seems that tower has fallen to the enemy, but they have taken 20% casualties already, and the number is growing. And where do you think you are going? And you should focus on these equites now. And they are breaking. Excellent. So, our rear is secure once again. And it seems our left flank, or rather both flanks, are under attack at the moment. Okay, they are breaking there, both of them, or actually all of them. And is that's the enemy general. Okay. And it's charging. So we should try to break these units, and then we can send the rest of the troops to aid against that cavalry unit, which is causing us headache. So perhaps a flanking attack there will be enough to break them. Not quite. But the enemy general is taking severe beating at the moment. So, okay. Another unit is breaking, and they are all breaking there. Excellent. And the enemy general has fallen. So let's bring these reinforcements here and try to break the whole enemy army here. Oh. Seems those velites are putting up a fight, and then we need to deal with these guys here. And it's time to catch breath a bit. So let's take care of those first. And hopefully they won't be coming back. And then we have rather large contingent of enemies. So if we can do even a bit of a flanking here, it should be enough to break these guys. Excellent, and as they break, I think the majority of the enemy army will break. And let's see if we can hunt down most of these guys. Okay, good. I don't think this army will be coming back anytime soon, since those towers will deal some additional casualties. Especially to this unit. And I think we can finish the battle rather soon. And that's it. Actually, well, I cannot say I'm surprised, but a decent victory nonetheless. Okay, fortunately we had time to retrain the units in Mediolanum, and actually this is rather a tough army to fight. Fortunately we are pretty much at full strength, and the enemy army doesn't have a proper general, but it's commanded by a captain rather. So once again, I think we should be able to win this battle. And as Julii and the Brutii have lost this many units or armies already, I think the balance of power should begin to swing into our favor. So I guess once again the general will try to come from the back, but since it's only Hastati unit, we should be able to take it down without too much difficulties. So basically the cavalry units will be reserved for flanking attacks and hunting down the enemy general. And it seems the enemy has some flanking in its mind, and the velites are breaking. If we can break the clumps of these Hastatis there, I think our position once again will be rather strong, but we need to be wary of these guys attacking our back. And it's time for the cavalry to move. Excellent. So the Hastatis here can act as a flanking force while we try to hit their backs. And of course our own flanks are somewhat vulnerable on this side. So let's be careful. But it seems the actually whole enemy army on that side is breaking. So let's just chase the enemies down to make sure that they are not coming back. And let's not make the same mistake twice. In one campaign at least. So basically, I guess, only a few enemies got away. Decent enough. Especially against an army that's rather decent in quality. Perhaps we could have an opportunity to move from Mediolanum. Oh, so it seems we just regained the control of that army. It's good that we brought the reinforcements to Lepsis Manga. And if I remember correctly, those heavy chariots are quite effective in auto-resolve, so I think we need to fight the battle manually. I think it's better not to send the cavalry to intercept these guys, since they do have chariots of their own, especially. Okay, so basically it means that we need to bring some of our infantry to cover the flank here.
Our soldiers have reached the gates with a battering ram. Our soldiers are at the walls. Now they must batter a way through.
So, some chariots incoming. I think our infantry should be able to handle them rather easily.
Odds who fill the heart of the enemy general with fear. Now he flees the field like a coward.
And I think these two guys can handle the desert cavalry there.
Praised. The enemy general is dead. His men know their doom approaches. Our soldiers have done their work well. The battering ram is broken.
And we still have some
The gods have
desert axemen, skirmishers and Nile spearmen.
Our troops should be ordered forward.
And I think here only real problem are those phalanxes.
The gods be praised! The enemy's hearts are full of fear, and now they flee!
Okay. So basically, we want to inflict as many casualties as possible on the enemy chariots before we need to engage them in melee. And for that, I think the Grecian archers and perhaps those slingers, if they can hit them, are the key.
The enemy general is slain.
Okay,
His men
nice.
fear us. It is time to press the attack.
I think the mercenaries can lead the attack.
Our soldiers have captured the walls. Now is the time to press on and capture this place.
And actually those skirmishers are putting up a rather decent fight. And they may actually be able to rout. So much for our mercenaries. I have to say that the performance was more than a bit underwhelming. So I guess it's up to the Romans to finish the job here. Okay. A rather decent first contact with the Egyptians. Perhaps I should have sent the principes inside the city walls first. But then again, as the mercenaries are rather expensive to maintain, so I think they have to earn their upkeep somehow. Especially since they cannot be relied on too well to defend the cities. Perhaps I shouldn't have kicked that unit out. Okay. So, most of the army will continue forwards. And Let's lower the taxes a bit and let's see if we can hire some additional mercenaries. And let's march onwards. Perhaps we should bring some reinforcements from here, from Sardis to Ankara. I think Apollonia should fall to us rather soon. And I think Croton will fall to us right away. On the other hand, the enemy general has rather decent command value, but we have more than 5 times their numbers, so let's rely on the auto-resolve. And Tarentum will be our next target there. And so we have one town what's blocking the way. Maybe it's easier this way. And we can actually recruit Triarii, but I think Principes are better, so let's go with them. And Tarentum is besieged, and I think we should get some reinforcements there next turn. Perhaps from Capua. And in Batavium, actually, that's wonderful because next turn we are going to have the garrison strengthened by perhaps 1,000 men. And we have regained control of this army here. And it seems that Carthaginian army is blocking us. I don't really like that we need to cross the bridge, so let's give them an opportunity to leave the battlefield. And okay, so that army is rather weak. And no wonder they are fleeing. And let's bring the Hastatis here to be retrained. And the Principes to Carthage. And is there still something we could do? Train some more troops, apparently. Let's go to scout a bit what kind of garrison they have in Segesta. So those armies are able to reinforce think we should be able to besiege Segesta and get some mercenaries besides. And let's bring in 2 units of hostility. I think if the enemy won't reinforce this, they can take Segesta. And here... Actually, this battle is going to be difficult, so it means that we should move out from here and try to take care of those 2 armies. And is Apollonia next turn. So, let's see the overall situation. We still are missing 18 regions, including Rome, but I think our pace at the moment is rather excellent. So it shouldn't take too long to capture the last remaining areas, and this army here, actually Publius the Handsome, our faction leader, was missing a while. But I think he can continue the conquest of Gaul. And we had an army here. Let's hope the Carthaginians don't have too strong navy presence here. So, I think this is everything for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and feel free to ask questions, give advice and so on in the comment field below. Have a great rest of the day. Quality Old Games out.